Hey guys, so today's video is a follow-up video from this time last year when I went to Brighton and I went to see a clairvoyant. So the other day, again, I ended up in Brighton and I went to the exact same place as I did last year, just out of curiosity's sake. Now, before I start getting into this, I want you to know that I take all of this with a pinch of salt. It's just a fun experience for me because the last time it seemed to be a very big point of contention going to see a clairvoyant. People were very angry and it was like one of the most controversial videos I've accidentally done. So you take what you want from these kinds of things. Like I don't care. I just think it's fun. Like when you go to a city, some people choose to go for a nice meal or go for a few drinks. I was on a diet and I don't drink, so I'm gonna go see the psychic lady, okay? So, it wasn't the same lady as last time. It was actually her mum, and the mum is the really famous one. So I was very, very excited to get to see her for the first time. So, a lot of people rave about her. A lot of people, have amazing things to say about her. So, I don't know, let's see what she had to say. So let's dive right into what she told me because I dictaphoned it, but the audio was so bad that I had to write it all down. So let's go. All right, so she's both hands for this one. Straight off the bat, she was like, you got some interesting hands. Thank you. How many of your clients do you say that to? Then she said, you're a young lady who's born to get on in life and make headway. Thank you. You're very gifted, aren't you? To which I obviously did not respond because it's kind of a compliment and I'm not good with them. She said, you could turn your hands to many different things. Don't know. You do have a lazy streak, which is true. You also have a writer's mark. And then she proceeded to ask me if I'd done much writing, which in my head was kind of like the poetry and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, I have. And then she told me I need to seek out a publisher and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, okay, anthology? Who knows? And then she said, I see success with writing, but there's also music in your hands. So I was like, cool, funny that, eh? And then I did actually have to kind of say that about the music stuff. And then she said, before I said that, she said, which is also a strong sign of success. There's the lines of success in my hands with those things. So writing and music is where my success is, apparently, which is pretty cool. Thank you, psychic lady. Which, by the way, I'm not going to take it too literally because there was a big, massive music festival going on in Brighton that weekend. So basically, I imagine half the people that came in that weekend were doing music. So it's not a very big guess there. Then she went on to say that you're not quite sure what direction you're going. You're in limbo, waiting, filling in time. Which is kind of true because when you're in this phase that I'm in at the minute where, you know, the writing and all the fun stuff of your album's done, like all the photo shoots and the promo and blah, 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 all that's ready to rock and roll. But you're just building a release plan and trying to structure things the right way and all of those kinds of things. You do feel like you're in a bit of a limbo because it is limbo. It's the limbo between albums. So that's not incorrect, really. Filling in time, I don't know. I mean, if I'm filling in time, this is pretty busy for filling in time. Then she says, I feel nothing around you right now is actually permanent. Where you're living, the people you're linked with, it's all temporary. Quite true, I would say. But this is on purpose. If this is true, it's kind of relative to my life anyway, but I feel like most people in their 20s are like that anyway. But for me, I do keep things very temporary. Like, beyond these fairy lights, my room has like no decoration in it or anything like that because I like to know in the back of my head that if I got a phone call tomorrow saying I needed to be somewhere or move somewhere, that I could just go because I don't have any ties. So my life is pretty temporary. But like, again, most people in their 20s, their life is very temporary. Who is really settled down and in their life for the rest of their life at this age? I don't know. Some people are, but most aren't, I don't think. And then, okay, so this is where things got spooky. She took a while going through a lot of very personal stuff, which is whenever I was like, oh my god, how did she know that? Because like it was things I haven't shared with you guys yet, yet being the operative word. It's coming. A lot of things that I've gone through in my life and things like that. She started talking about those. That was quite spooky, to be honest. Yeah, but again, if you've ever watched like the Darren Brown show on like clairvoyance, psychics, and mediums and stuff, people are able to know this stuff anyway. So I don't know, not gonna put too much weight in there, am I? Okay, now this is where she starts talking about men. All right. She says, I can see that where men are concerned, you're not easily impressed. Just anybody would not suit you. I'm not easily impressed only because, like, a man isn't a necessity for me right now. Like, it would be a bonus, but it's not a necessity, you know? So I think that's why I have oddly high standards for men, or women, whatever. The standard is very high because otherwise I am a bit like, what's the point, you know? Because it's not a necessity that I settle down at this point in my life. So anyway, bar's high. Bar's very high. You can see that there's been disappointments, 2 disappointments, but they were for your own good because they wouldn't have worked. Then she's like, you know that, right? And I was like, in my head, I was like, well, I ended those relationships. But yes, they weren't going to work because I hadn't been in love with them. There is someone you're fond of at the moment, but you're not actually in love and you never have been. Okay, I know I've never been in love. That's fine. There is someone you're fond of at the moment, but you're not actually in love. Great. Thanks. And then she says, you know, you haven't met Mr. Right. To which I laughed and said, didn't know that. Because her daughter had told me that I had met Mr. Right and that he just needed to go off and be in another relationship before we were a thing. So mixed signals going on here. So fine. Like, I don't know. And whenever she asked me that, I was like, I don't really think about that. I don't really like look at the men I've dated and go, was he Mr. Right? Or was she Mrs. Right? You know, it's not really something that crosses my mind often. She said the right man's not due to enter your life until later this year. December, January / turn of the year. So let's all keep an eye on my Instagram around that time in case I land myself a champion. She says he's got roots in America because that's where I feel where he's going to take you. Hello, America. Are we ready? I am. Touchdown. Anyway, you'll think of my words. She's very cocky, isn't she? I like it. I like a woman who's ballsy, where she's just like, you'll think of my words when you meet him. Okay. She says, I feel his career is more of a sport. And then she started listing off a bunch of sports. And she was like, I don't know, whatever they do. She says, horses are a great part of his life. I see you picking up horse riding again. Which was funny when she said again, because I never told her I did. Although a lot of people did horse riding as a kid. But anyway, if that does come true, sick. Love horses. Miss horse riding a lot. Oh yeah, then she just dived right in. Just straight in and went, you're born to be the mother of 3 children. And you'll be a good mother. Funnily enough, this comes up a lot. Basically every clairvoyant I've ever been to see has always said I'm going to have 3 kids. Maybe if they say it enough, I'll have 3. Who knows? But I always seen myself as the type to either have like a herd of children or like no kids at all. So we'll see. I don't want to think about having kids. Okay. I'm not thinking about it. In fairness, the last one said I was gonna be pregnant in 2 years now? Because she said 3 last year. So 2 years. The clock is ticking, my friends. All right. And then she jumped into family stuff, which did get my back up a little bit. Because I have a very strong relationship with my family. Believe it or not, considering I live an ocean away. But I do love them with all of my heart, and they mean everything to me. Because they're the only thing in my life that isn't temporary, you know? Frankly, your relatives are not a lot of good to you. Their ways and yours are not alike. Okay, not a lot of good to you. I don't know what she means by that. Like, in what regard? But my ways and my family's ways are definitely not alike. I mean, there have been times where I've had to sit down and I've been asked why I do certain things. And I honestly just always say, like, this is me. If that's who I am, that's who I'm always going to be, and I'm sorry that that doesn't fit in with whatever narrative this is. So whatever, like, they're okay with it now. I think they just accept that it's my way or the highway when it comes to my life, and though I respect and love them and their opinion does dearly matter to me, it won't change my mind because I am stubborn. Right now you are in fact in limbo. Whoop whoop. She said it really happily. I don't know why. The turning point is coming at the end of this year. So lots happening at the end of this year, guys, apparently. So remind me, send me tweets to remind me that the end of this year is going to be amazing. So she says, looks forward to March and August next year. Important months. So again, remind me of those, guys, whatever that means. You could say any month is important though, because like at least one thing in a month happens to me where I'm like, that's life-changing. She looked at my health. She said my health is fine. So that's great, which is true. The last time I went last year, I was really ill and the lady picked up on it. This time, I'm swell and she picked up on it. But then she did say I am stressed and that my nervous system was upset. I don't know, I'm not really in direct contact with my nervous system, so I don't know. But she says that my nervous system is upset because I'm in limbo and don't really know where I'm going. So, fine, okay. Don't have much to say on that. And then she started reiterating again that I haven't met the one. I was like, girl, I get it. I get it. Like, God forbid if I was taking this stuff literally, you know? And then she said, and this was amazing, she really, really just cockily said to me, she's like, come back in a year and tell me I was right. So, okay, fine. I'm going to go back in a year, hopefully if I'm, you know, in and around the country and can go down to Brighton next year. I will definitely, and we'll see if any of this has come true or not, I suppose. Yeah, I'm excited. Anyway, it was all just a bit of fun, and you know, it was only like 15 minutes and I got a lot out of it just as an experience. I always think it's just a bit of crack, you know what I mean? So anyway, that's my psychic experience. Let me know in the comments below any of your psychic or clairvoyant or whatever they are experiences. Let me know in the comments. I want to know, did any of it come true? Is any of it real? Who knows? All right. So on that note, I hope you're having a happy day and the world is treating you the way you deserve. All right. Bye.